looks different and give your signature identity that I call. So braiding is one of the skills that I really like about when I work on session styling, but it's all about the shape. It's not about just taking a parting with the hands and do just a braid. You have to build like architects, like you do the lines, I make one straight line in the middle and two, as you see, offset diagonal, so I create a nice different shape. Then I just did box braid, really tight, using flex wax or every wax that you like, so in order not to have baby hair. Imagine that I did the braid yesterday night, she slept overnight, but nothing happened. Then I slicked all the hair with the mousse, diagonal backward. I did the blow dry, and then I used the ponytail, and I used on the ponytail a duct tape. Let me show you, because I don't want to have secrets. Where is my duct tape? There it is. The duct tape is the tape that we use at home and when you do electricity. I use the tape underneath in order to glue the extension on the ponytail. So instead of gluing the extension on her real hair, and when I take it off, damage her own hair, I put on the tape, I glue the extension on top of the tape, so it's really easy to take it out. Let's make this amazing pastel colors to suit the total look. And then I took, how we call it? This one, the wire that I use, an elastic, like it was like a 2 meters long elastic, and I just twist it around and give you that wonderful look. I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you.
And as you see, on my first model, I expand the texture, I play a lot with the hairspray and volume up in order to create different kind of textures. You can use like salt spray, but remember, on blonde hair, salt spray goes too dry, so I prefer not to use it when it's too blonde and to do, not damage, but to dry the hair. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much. Leslie.
It's a beautiful baby lights, and then added a little bit of balayage in between, and that was with Blonde Me and 2%. Then what we did was to go through with 3 of the brand new Blonde Me toners. This toner in the roots, one of my favorites for that kind of milky, soft, palest brown, that is brown mahogany. Then we have 2 other colors along here. We have Icerise, a beautiful kind of a tone of an ash with a little violet. And then the other tone is Biscuit, which is divine. It's like the softest, babiest, coolest, like a sort of beige, violety chocolate brown, blonde. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you love this trend. And thank you very much, girls.
And I just got a question from where do you buy this elastic? Usually in my country, you find this, I am from Greece, for people that doesn't know, you find it where they sell things for tailoring. So you just buy like 10 meters long, it's super cheap, and then you cut it with your scissor and you create the shape.
Perfect. Guys, is there any questions about that? Anybody want to come up and ask a question? Did we just explain that so perfectly you don't need to come up? Thank you. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce our next 2 models to the stage.
So, here we are. We're gonna make a dry cut and we're gonna change. This is one of the key looks of the new essential looks. And now Leslie will explain in a few the amazing color that she already did. We already mousse the hair and make it super straight in order to be able to cut it on dry hair. You know that when you change more than like 1 or 2 fingers the length of the cut, it's better to do it wet and then to do it dry. But now in purpose of time, we make it straight, and we're gonna make it dry. It's no problem, but sometimes maybe you need to blow dry again to smooth a little bit the ends, because because we're gonna make a bob. If you want to make it slightly curvy on the internally, I'm gonna use just a little bit of blow dry to blow dry the ends. I'm gonna start from the back and I'm gonna slightly longer, but the texture counts. That means that it's not all about blunt cutting. It's gonna look blunt, but it's gonna be all point cutting. So until then, I will start my sectioning. Leslie?
Thank you, Chris. Okay, so these two looks are variations from our essential looks that we launched only last month. If you don't know what our essential looks is, it is our twice yearly collection of colours and cuts, styling, everything from head to toe that is inspired from global colour trends and also from the catwalks of the major cities around the world, including the Middle East. It's a very important market for us. What we do is we look out and we're forecasting those global trends, and we distill those techniques that sometimes you may see on Instagram that are very popular. We distill them into the very quick salon techniques, so they're perfect for us to do in the salon, they're perfect for our clients as well. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to start with my gorgeous Elena, and I'm going to get you to sort of turn around to the side. That's perfect. So this technique is all about this idea. It's a very soft version of what we've done over here. This is like the catwalk version. It's a very strong version. If you imagine what we do with every one of our trends with essential looks is we have a catwalk version and a salon version. We have the catwalk version because if you imagine all the catwalks around the world and some of those really seriously core designers, McQueen, Gareth Pugh, etc., what they show on the catwalk is very extreme, and what they sell in their shops and their saloons is not the same as you see on the catwalk. It's a softer, more wearable approach to what's on the catwalk, and we do exactly the same. And the reason for that is that if you have something that's fierce going down the catwalk, it gets the attention, it gets that media attention, and it's also a good memory for people. When they see that image, they remember that picture. Then what we do is we do the salon version, the softer version, the more approachable version, the more client-friendly version. So this trend is wearing slides in their hair. We started wearing slides in our hair. A natural progression from that, I presumed, was this kind of Alice band effect, which has really come into play. And it's from that sort of 90s, very strong bands of colour. And when we did it in the 90s, it was more about sort of very black, white and red, and it's much softer and more chic and more polished and more luxurious looking. Really easy to do a really easy way to, I'm going to get to the front, a really easy way to approach this is just to make sure that the panels are running and not on the diagonal at all. And also the upkeep of that is super easy because I would just get her to come in and use a colour like colour 10. Colour on the roots, put on in 10-15 minutes, taken off after 10 minutes. And you get a perfect coverage just purely from the technology that's in that colour. Now, essential looks before has been very much for all the country ambassadors. So Christos would join myself in Hamburg, where we launch the essential looks each season, and we show the country ambassadors what we are showing for that season, and then they go back to that country and they roll it out with big shows and big seminars and big looks and learns. However, of course, with what's been going on, we have decided, Schwarzkopf Pro decided to open up essential looks so that all of you, every single hairdresser that is passionate about their industry and passionate about our craft will love essential looks, because it's all about the next trends from head to toe. So it's not just hair, it's makeup, clothes, accessories. We are opening it up to everybody. You can go and watch it. If you go to www.Sensual Looks Global Masters, you can download and have a look at any of the techniques, any of the accessories, any of the trends. Thank you. Over to you, Chris.
Thank you. So, already pass through the back and I go on the sides. It's all about creating the proper texture so that the haircut looks blunt, but it's all point cutted. That means that the line is heavy, but we have a little bit of movement because all the scissoring is becoming by the point cutting, so I create a little bit of smoothness in the end. And as you saw, the first two sections, it's natural form. Then my third section, lift as you want to have on the perimeter. Because my hair is thin, I will elevate until like I think 2 fingers depth, so I create movement, but I will have heavy and really nice and sharp line at the back. Imagine that this side now it's gonna be straightforward and the other side is gonna be longer, so I need to have enough hair to create the line. Otherwise, if you elevate too much, then you're gonna lose the line, then the cut is not the same. Imagine that when you're creating a line, it's a signature for the hair salon. It's a signature that Christos or George or Mike is doing the best bob in town. So when I want to have a nice bob, I go to the salon. Always think of it. So there is 2 sections and there is a small trick and there is a small hack when you do bob like this. In the middle, when I lift my elevation and I start point cutting through my guideline, as I go on the side, I need to loosen up a little bit and go lower and then lower because this section will be my first. So I don't want to have this hair with elevation like in 45 degrees and then this